So I think one of the great things about this is that you're connecting students and alumni so that current students can see sort of beyond the 4 years time at the university to see that you go out into the world, you're working, you're building communities just like you built while you're at the university. And so I think it's great to show that what you do here doesn't end here, it's really just the beginning.
There was a lot of really great friendships that I made, a lot of identity that was discovered at the University of Oregon. I really felt like there could have been much more intentional supports for students of color. There was definitely points where, kind of you felt a little isolated, you felt like you didn't have a lot of other students that looked like you or that shared a similar experience to what you were bringing to campus. So, that's one of the reasons why we're trying to improve things here.
So, this is an important time at the University of Oregon as we continue to encourage equity, inclusion, and diversity. As all of you know, we have really been...
And I also appreciate always hearing the Black Student Task Force. I think that they are a brave group of individuals who continue to keep speaking at the forefront of conferences and events like this, and it takes a lot of courage, and it's also a great reminder for people listening to what their demands are and their history.
Some of the issues that we were working on started years ago. So I mentioned that in 1968 a list of demands was given to administration, and a lot of those demands are the same exact demands that Black students had this year. So we wanted to recognize all of the work that was done in the past by Black student leaders, and then also just bring it back and celebrate some of the successes we've had through the 13 working groups that were created.
I grew up in Seaside, Oregon, and if you've ever been to Seaside, you probably know that it's not a very diverse place. But that understanding and that awareness and everything too really helped as I came to the University of Oregon, where everything really happened, and I really started to learn about my own Asian American identity, and also got involved with the Asian American Student Union. And at that time in the late 70s and the early 80s, we were really advocating for more ethnic studies programs, more minority professors and things like that. And so that really began my career in kind of activism and advocacy for a lot of these efforts, and that's continued throughout my career. So to really put it succinctly, the University of Oregon and my experience here changed my life.
What really sold me to come and participate as a presenter for the conference was the idea that we were calling back our alumni. I know that Oregon has made a lot of recent improvements and change, and I think that it will be a real pride point for many of us to be able to report back to our alumni that we have been working on issues that they maybe struggled with or tried to change maybe themselves when they were here, but their hopes and their desires and maybe their efforts that they started, it hasn't been wasted and it hasn't been lost.
Maybe hearing some of how I lead in some of my development, there can be something that people take from that to help with their path of asking for help and getting mentored, and making the right connections now so that they know that they're not alone.